Good morning, everyone. Or afternoon, huh? So you say morning. All right. My grandkids were kind enough.
Good morning, everyone.
Woo!
Afternoon, huh?
There we go. All right. Now you don't need to hear me repeat it. But yeah, my granddaughters were kind enough to eat lunch so I could come do this. My wife was like, well, you could have a special. No. Have them sit down here for 15 minutes on my lap trying to no, it wouldn't work out, trust me. No. I love it because my granddaughters are pretty attached to me. So everywhere I go, Grandpa, Grandpa, Grandpa. I love it. I love it. So helped me get out of my mood yesterday. That was nice. So wanted to talk just a little bit about just so we know. We can't forget that we still have an opiate crisis going on. It's still happening. It hasn't changed. Been one lady on my timeline who lost somebody. She's pretty upset. I don't blame her, man. Some people might think she's going a little overboard. I don't think she is. No, I get it. It's very frustrating. We're sitting here, and that's great, but there's literally thousands of people out there right now suffering that want help that have no idea how to get it. So who do we rely on for that? And I think the answer to that is no one. I think that's a community problem. I don't think it's a United States problem. I don't think it's a government problem. In fact, I think the government should just stay out of it. Their best bet is just to give it to a nonprofit that we can trust and let them distribute it. How it actually needs to be distributed is what needs to happen. That would help us a lot. So let's remember that, not everybody's getting the chance that you have right now. So take advantage of that. And the suicide, we all know the suicide rate is up and everything is just confusing for a lot of people. So good job for those of you that came in during the COVID and are still around, man. Good on you. And because that was a tough one to do. If you made it through that, I'd say you probably got some pretty solid recovery. So good on you, man. Good job. Stayed sober during this. We're gonna stay sober during the holidays too. Might be a little rough. Not gonna be rough for me. Nah. I'm over those days. Thank God. So how did I get over that? Let's find out. Adversity introduces man to himself, a poet once said. For me, the same is true even of imagined adversity. If I expect another person to react in a certain way in a given situation, or he or she fails to meet my expectations, well, then I hardly have the right to be disappointed or angry, right? So what they're saying is you do something for somebody else and you're not getting what you want. Doesn't sound very unselfish to me. The situation, because it's simple, it's easy, everybody knows it. You go and open a door for someone. Oh, they didn't say thank you. So then why'd you open the door? Okay. What are your intentions? Okay. And a lot of this is self-inflicted. Okay. So we are creating our own adversity. And we will do that in the program too for a little while. Okay. So I don't have imagined adversity much. anymore. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm human. I also have PTSD and anxiety. Okay. And I am diagnosed with those. That's not, no. It's not something I just say. I have a plethora of meds over here I take. A lot of them is for my heart. Okay. So with the holidays coming up, there were a couple holidays there, a couple of years when I couldn't join the family. Okay. Did they get upset with me? Yes. Okay. Were they disappointed? Yes. Did they get over it? Yes. Okay. I had to take care of me in that first year. Okay. And I took that seriously because I had never stopped to take care of me before. I'd never done that. And that was a new road. But let's remember this. I want you to remember this. Dion, we need you to get sober. Dion, you need to get sober. Dion, you need it. Okay, I got sober. Now leave me alone. Okay? Leave me alone. Let me do what I need to do. Okay? Well, now you're not going to make it to Christmas. Yeah, I'm not going to make it to Christmas because you're a trigger. And my family's all recovering alcoholics. We're recovering one way or another. We're all sick. So, but now, I'm going to, if we have it this year, show up. I don't have any expectations. I can expect that I'm probably going to be a nice person. I love my mother. So I'm going and enjoying my time with my mom, right? See, there's always ways. Yet I occasionally still experience feelings or frustrations when people don't act or react as I think that they should. This happens with my wife and I all the time, but this is more fun. I'll crack a joke. She doesn't laugh. I'm like, that was funny. No, I'm not being serious, but you could take that into a serious connotation where you've done that before. They're just not doing it the way they want, and then the frustration builds up and it turns into a resentment because the person didn't put the sugar back where you wanted, right? Through such imagined, or better yet, self-inflicted adversity, I come face to face again with my old self. It's just you again, you guys. And what is cool about that? Why do I say that that's cool? Because you can change that. Okay? That's why I enjoy being wrong, because I can change that. Right? I can't change all of you. So it's a comfort to me to know that I can change that. And just looking at it through a different pair of glasses. That's it. Through such a come face with my old self, the one who wanted to run the whole show, is it finally time for me to stop expecting and to start accepting? All right. Here's another good way or a good example of it. Let's say somebody's running an AA meeting the way you don't want it run. Okay. Well, you're not running the meeting right now. So you have no control. Sit back and enjoy the show, right? I think that's a great example. We all go through that. All right. Right. Page 62. You knew it was coming. Selfishness, self-centeredness, that we think is the root of our troubles. Driven by 100 forms of fear, self-delusion, self-seeking, and self-pity, we step on the toes of our fellows and they retaliate. Sometimes they hurt us, seemingly without provocation. But we invariably find that at some point in the past, we have made decisions based on self, which later places us in a position to be hurt, right? I read this book a lot. So, and there's some that are just, they stick in my mind, but it's cool. Yesterday in the meeting, I wish I would have written them down. But somebody had brought up, they brought down to fear to pretty much two situations. Okay. That we aren't getting what we want, or we're going to lose something we have. Okay. And I think that's pretty clear cut. Okay. He's like, I've never seen these other 100 forms, but driven by 100 forms of fear, self-delusion, self-see. If you go look up self, there are 100 different forms in the dictionary. So, but when it comes to fear, he is absolutely correct on that. Okay. Fear that I'm going to lose something or not get what I want. And then what happens? Then I act like a little baby. I act like a 2-year-old that just got their sucker taken away. Okay. And that nobody wants to deal with that from an adult. So our troubles, we think, are basically of our own making. They arise out of ourselves, and the alcoholic is an extreme example of self-harm, right? Though he usually doesn't think so. What's the good news again, guys? You can change that. Above everything, we alcoholics must be rid of this selfishness. We must, or it's gonna fucking kill you. It will kill you. Right? Resentments will kill you. You don't need alcohol in order to put yourself on the suicide installment plan. Okay? Just ask my heart. God makes that possible. And there often seems no way of entirely getting rid of self without his aid. Many of us had moral and philosophical convictions galore, but we could not live up to them, though we would have liked to. Neither could we reduce our self-centeredness much by wishing or trying on our own power. We had to have God's help. I had to have God's help, or I wasn't going to make it. So I love this part. And I love this part because it's the cornerstone. It is the foundation. It is the foundation of our recovery. And we have to, if you build a house, you want a strong foundation, right? Or the rest of it is going to do what? Crumble. Okay? Not only that, but there's going to be days when you're going to need to rely on your foundation. So mortar that shit up, dude. I mean, everything that you can slap in there, do it to make it stronger, right? So this is the how and why. But first off, we had to stop running the show, right? We had to quit playing God. You are not God. Okay? I tried to do the God job too. All right. The pay sucks and people are just annoying. All right. I don't even want the job anymore. I find comfort, and I love this with the Trudging Together group. It just goes on and on. I could do nothing and it would continue on. I love that. See, it doesn't have anything to do with me. This is a we thing, right? So next we decide that here and after in this drama of life, okay, that's a slap in the face, by the way. Kind of. Right. Quit. Drama's done, all right? Leave the drama for your mama. All right? God was going to be the director. So now we're going to let somebody else take over the show and start directing the show so that we can focus on what it is that we need to. We're the lead. If we're the lead actor in this show, then we best know our lines, right? And as a lead actor, shouldn't it be my job to support the director in what he's doing so that the show will go off better? So, Mr. Director, what do you need from me? Well, if you could go over there and work with Susie on some of her stuff, that would be kind of great. All right. And that is how it works. It is that flowy. I can't find the right word. So he's the Father. We are his children. Most good ideas are simple. And this concept was the keystone. Okay. What's a keystone? It's a keystone. A keystone is part that goes on the cornerstone, right? Or the key, I don't know, of the new and triumphant arc through which we pass to freedom. When we sincerely took a position, all sorts of remarkable things happened. Well, I'm down to 30 seconds, so I gotta wrap it up. May I stop putting words, today I pray, may I stop putting words in people's mouths, programming them in my own mind to react as I expected them to. I laugh because I'm laughing at myself because I did this all the time. And I laugh at myself because that was just silly. Expectations have fooled me before. I expect unbounded and protection from those close to me, perfection from myself, undivided attention from casual acquaintances. That's my big one, right? That's my big one, the undivided attention. I'm talking to you and you're on your phone. You're going to irritate me. Up here, buddy. On the adverse side, I expect failure from myself and rejection from others. May I stop borrowing trouble? What a great way to put it. Or triumph, either, from the future. Stop borrowing from the future, good, bad, or indifferent, because it ain't going to work. Right? You don't give yourself a feeling of something that hasn't happened yet. That is self-inflicted adversity. Okay? Oh, but it's good. It's still an expectation. And that in and of itself in our world is not a good thing. Today I'll remember accept, don't expect. Yeah. Presume, don't assume. I always presume what's going on. When I assume what's going on, I'm back to my selfishness. Okay. And people just love hearing that word. Well, I'm presuming this is going on. Oh, well, that it's more like asking a question. Can you clarify that for me? Pretty simple, right? Okay. Don't expect shit from anyone. No one. Okay. Or you're gonna get hurt a lot. Okay. And don't do that to yourself. You could pray for them and wish the best for them. All right. Just all you need to do is just be there through the good and the bad. That's it. I'll be back Monday. Have a great day, guys. Peace out. I love you. You know I do. And have a day.